I awoke on Sunday morning, July 10th, 2016, with the deep conviction that something had to be done. Few would challenge the contention that violence in our country, including violence surrounding issues of race, has reached epidemic proportions. Police shootings of African American men and turmoil in our streets, including in the predominantly African American community of North Lawndale in Chicago, which I've called home for more than 4 decades, are so common it's becoming hard to consider them news. The violence, of course, is not confined to issues of race. No doubt many of the nearly 350 murders in Chicago recorded in the first half of 2016 alone had nothing to do with race. Nor are the killings limited to confrontations among individuals. I experienced some mixture of grief, fear, anger, confusion, and helplessness each time the TV screens and headlines are dominated by news of yet another mass killing, whether purposefully evil or completely senseless. Over the years, I have from time to time encouraged people to resist feeling overly burdened by the problems of the world. After all, it's easy to feel completely powerless when contemplating the magnitude of the challenges we face. Knowing that we can't do everything, we can fall victim to a kind of emotional and spiritual paralysis that prevents us from doing anything. Of course, I know I can't solve the world's problems, but I awoke on July 10th with a profound sense of urgency and determination to do something, to exercise whatever influence I might have to push back against the violence, the hatred, the intolerance, and the insensitivity that results in some people feeling insignificant, inferior, and unequal. In short, feeling that their lives don't matter. Our hearts are often heavy and our spirits often burdened from more than 40 years of shootings and other tragedies in Lawndale. On the morning of July 10th, I also called John Perkins to share with him the sense of urgency and conviction I was feeling. Now 86 years old, John has been my mentor for more than 35 years. At some point along the way, he also became my best friend. John has many times throughout his life been on the receiving end of messages that communicated his life doesn't matter. I asked him if he would be willing to share his story and perspectives for this book, and he immediately agreed, proffering, "Let's do it now. Let's do it fast. We've got to do something to right the direction we've been heading in." This short book is our attempt to do just that, to help change the direction in which we are headed and to do so as quickly as possible. For our current state of affairs pits law enforcement against the public and individuals against each other. And inasmuch as things seem to be getting worse instead of better, we cannot procrastinate any longer. The time for justice is now. The time for proclaiming and living the truth that all lives matter is now. The time for building a culture of peace and respect to replace a culture of violence and hatred is now. In short, now is the time for becoming the beloved community. Ann and I have experienced a taste of what I believe Dr. King had in mind when he spoke or wrote about the beloved community. We have found our North Lawndale community on the city's west side to be a place dominated by love and kindness. People have cared for us in ways too numerous to detail here. At Lawndale Community Church, every other week we stand so people can share their prayer requests and praises. This is one of the many ways in which we feel knitted together as a church family and a community. Yet we know that danger lurks not far away. In fact, I consider it the height of irony that in the midst of the poverty, chaos, and violence of a stereotypically tough urban area, we experience daily the blessings of a warm, caring, beloved community. These are the blessings John and I long for others to know and experience, and it begins with the genuine understanding that all lives truly do matter. It is our hope that this book will help to build this understanding, in part by recognizing and fully appreciating why some people have come to feel their lives don't matter. We acknowledge up front that our purpose is not to provide an in-depth study of the issues we introduce. Some will no doubt be frustrated by the lack of analysis of issues or events we mention in the book. To the extent this happens, we suggest making it part of your discussions and interactions with others, including those whose perspectives might differ from your own. Our purpose is simply to get people talking and coming together with an openness to new understandings and perspectives. We want to be a part of the process of healing the racial and cultural divides that have led to so much violence and pain, and we pursue this goal by exploring the ramifications of the affirmation, all lives matter.